Hey everyone, Sam here. Let's get started. Welcome to another session of supply and demand zones that work. Today's session is going to be a little bit different, and I'll explain that in a minute. Remember, of course, that I am a licensed financial, I'm a licensed fund manager. The Pinnacle Institute is not an investment advisor. And again, there certainly is no guarantee of success when it comes to trading and investing. And furthermore, available research does suggest that most active traders lose money. From what I've seen over the years, dealing with so many people out there, that is accurate. And so take your time with this. Make sure you understand risk and you're okay with risk. And don't rush into this. There's too many people losing too much money, going at this too fast, not understanding what they're doing. So take your time and all that. And in the spirit of that, specifically the fact that so many active traders lose money, I thought today's topic we would focus on what you see on the screen here, because if you have a solid understanding of this, that should help not only, not lose money or too much money in the markets, but hopefully put you on the right side, which is the profit side, right? The goal is that what we're going to talk about here can help make that happen. Now, what we're looking at on the screen is basically a diagram I've put together from, I was on the trading floor of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange back in the mid-1990s. That's where I started to develop the supply and demand strategy. And really, I want to explain it through this visual, because if you look down here where I'm pointing, right, or over here, this represents a lot of unfilled buy orders, or more importantly, the way to understand it is, because a lot of buy orders, what does that mean? That doesn't mean a whole lot. It just means there's a lot of buy orders. But what about the supply side? Well, what's important is the level of imbalance. So down here, we have a significant supply-demand imbalance on the demand side, right? Okay. Therefore, because there's such a big imbalance on the demand side, you don't get much actual trading. If you look over here on the right, actual volume is always going to be low in these areas, right? Most of the time, it's going to be very low because of the big imbalance. We have the potential for high volume here, but the reason why we don't get high actual volume is because all that potential is on one side of the market, the buy side, right? So the volume basically is going to be whatever's on the sell side here, because after that, there's no more sellers. You're not going to get transactions at whatever price level this is. Same thing on the top, only the opposite. Huge supply and demand imbalance on the supply side, right? Of all the sell orders, or, the fact that, again, there's a big supply demand imbalance on the supply side. That's why we get very little actual trading volume here. So it's this big imbalance on the supply side up here, and this big imbalance on the demand side here that causes prices, most transactions, to take place in the middle, which is this range we look at right here. Does everybody understand that? Are we all on the same page with that? The reason why actual volume is always going to be highest in the middle is because of the big imbalance here, the big imbalance here. And of course, the middle is fair value. Fair value is the price level where the majority of buyers and sellers agree to buy and sell. Does that make sense? Okay. Any questions on that? Now, you can look at this and say, well, yeah, Sam, but yeah, so that's a sideways market. But what about a trending market? Again, just the question itself is faulty, because this is how prices move in any market at all times. There's not another thing happening here, right? So there's not another picture we can look at that says, well, here's how it happens in a trend, an uptrend or a downtrend. Remember, this supply demand and fair value, right, relationship equation that's going on at all times keeps shifting up, it shifts down, it stays in the same place for a little while. When it shifts up and up and up, that becomes a downtrend, but it's still this picture on the screen. This whole picture is moving up, right? Or the whole picture here is moving down. That doesn't change, okay? So, for example, if, and this is kind of happening in the market sort of yesterday and today a little bit, a little bit above where stock markets are at. There you go. I was just about to say that in the chat there. You beat me to it. But yesterday, today, the stock markets are just reaching some supply zones. The good ones are still a little bit higher. But so the supply demand imbalance up there is big. And you can see if you're watching the stock markets, we're barely touching those supply zones. In fact, some of them we couldn't even get to. But the demand side is the orders down here, these buy orders are being filled. So the likelihood is that price drifts a little bit lower. Okay. And if that keeps happening, well, we'll look back and say, well, there's a downtrend, or there's an uptrend, or there's a sideways trend, right? But what we need to understand is it's all still this. And the other thing I want to point out is this is not, a lot of people think when it comes to trading the stock market, trading or investing period, all of a sudden you need some special strategy and you need some special this or special that, or it's different, you know, right? If you think about it, think about I don't know, whoever in the household normally does the grocery shopping for the week, whoever it is, okay? They're probably very good at grocery shopping, meaning shopping for food, right? At the market, the food market. Well, they probably know the average price of most of the items that they buy at the store, which means they know when certain items are cheap and certain items are expensive. They're very good at that. But often that same person who does the food shopping for the week for the family, that person may have no idea, have no experience in the stock market. So they'll say, oh, I don't know anything about that. I need to get a financial advisor and all this other stuff, and I need someone else to tell me what to do. I'm good at the grocery store, but I don't know anything about the stock market, right? Well, think of this. We're looking at a price chart here of a financial market, but couldn't this be the price of cheese, or the price of bananas or strawberries, or the price of steak or crab legs? You follow me? Okay. This could be a chart of paper towels or television sets. Could be a chart of cars, houses. It doesn't matter. How and why prices move in markets is the same. And some people say, well, wait a second, Sam, prices in those markets don't move. Are you sure? Even the price of paper towels change. The price of cars change. Certainly the price of food changes. We have uptrends there. We have downtrends. We have sideways trends, but it's all this. It's all pure supply and demand at work, right? The movement of price in any and all markets is simply a function of this ongoing supply and demand equation and relationship, right? Buying and selling opportunity exists when this simple and straightforward equation is out of balance. Down here at demand, up here at supply. Okay. Exactly, Kenny. So if you're a day trader or a swing trader or a longer term investor, just like if you're buying gas in your car for the week, or maybe you're going to buy more gas and store it, right? Same thing. Yes, the time frames we would look at for that are going to be different, but the rules, logic, and everything else is exactly the same. Okay, nothing changes. Does that make sense? So I wanted to kind of have just a back to very basics, little short session here, and hope everybody understands that how you make money buying and selling anything in life is how you make money buying and selling here in the financial markets, right? It's all about supply and demand and fair value. And that's that. Bitcoin too. This could be a chart of Bitcoin. We chart Bitcoin at the Pinnacle Institute just like anything else. It's the same thing. Behind the scenes, it's people making buy and sell decisions, and it's pure supply and demand that really regulates price, right? Okay. All right. On that note, hopefully that was helpful. We'll see you tomorrow. If you have any questions, you can always reach out. And okay. All right. Have a great rest of your day. Yeah, location is everything. Of course. Yep, it's everything. All right. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you tomorrow.